Alright. Just want to do a little bit of a short one here, guys. I'm going to be back later. You probably saw it up here at the beginning. I'm in the middle of, I need to submit an assignment here by midnight. But once I'm done with this, I'm going to come back and I want to come back and then stream some more. Find a little bit healthier again. So I appreciate you guys, just kind of hanging with me through all this. But I just want to just do a very quick, kind of like a 10-minute little stream here, and then again, I'll be back later. So whenever you guys see this, I'll be back later. Come back for a later post game or just kind of hang out stream. But I apologize. I don't. This doesn't need to be up here. But overall, I'm happy to see the fight in this Bulls team again. It's been obviously extremely rough with this season, and it was necessary to see this team really fight this one out. Some people thought this was a must-win game for the Bulls, and I was like, no, it's not, but they need to come out and actually be ready. And we saw this Bulls team, they were kind of failing at a lot of things in this one, including giving up too many offensive rebounds. And it was imperative that they had to start fixing some of these issues throughout the game, but they just couldn't get the defensive rebound. They got down by 15 in that fourth quarter, but they stuck with it, and I give this team a lot of credit because there was a lot that went wrong in this one. A lot of fouls that were taken, or too many guys in foul trouble. A lot of guys did not have their games going at all. We saw too many guys just not come up and hit some big shots when it was necessary, right? So it just was. It was like, man, this Bulls team, it feels like they're kind of giving this one away. And I was like, man, this is a Bucks team that doesn't have Middleton, doesn't have Drew Holiday. Like, you gotta do better than this. Not saying you have to win this one, but you got to do better. And luckily, the Bulls, they eventually they got it together, and we saw the Bucks kind of throw the game a little bit. So I don't think this is all entirely like Bulls comeback in this one. But I'm going to give the Bulls a lot of credit for hanging in this one because they could have 100% folded and just decided, okay, we're giving up when they were down by 15 and then they were down by 11 with 2:30 left. They came back. They did their job and they stuck with it. They made it as tough as possible. They fought every possession and made it as hard as possible for them. And yeah, I'm overall pleased to see that at the very least. I do think that Giannis kind of threw at the end of that game, kind of shows you that he needs his Middleton, right, to kind of be there. I also thought Grayson Allen, and he kind of threw that game too. Like that, there was some bad shots by him at the end of that game. So it wasn't 100% the Bulls just randomly decided to turn it up and they fixed everything. But again, I give the team a little bit of credit for fighting through this one, and I can't complain too hard because we've seen too many times this season where it's like, this team doesn't play hard, or this team just gives up too easily, and they did their job. They did a good job coming back. What's up going on, guys? What's up, Noel? What's up, Cucklor? Good to see you guys again. Just to let you know really quickly, this is gonna be like a 10-minute quick stream. I'll be back later. I'll start up stream again. I have to submit something, a school assignment, very quickly here. So once I'm finished with that, I'll be coming right back here to talk with you guys because. There's some things I really want to talk about, not just relating to the game, but for the Bulls itself. I appreciate you guys being a little bit patient with me with my health. I've been having some stuff going on, so glad to be back streaming. But yeah, as you see, Cuckler just said that. Yeah, thought it would be fine to turn the game off. I would agree with you, honestly. I thought this Bulls team was going to fold. Not necessarily when they were down by 15 in the fourth, but when they got down by 11 with 2:30 left, I was just like, yeah, they're not coming back in this one. But, give them credit. Give this team a lot of credit for sticking with it, and they got back in it. So really good job. I just think with this game, man, like, it just shows you that there's still some issues with this Bulls team, and I think it's very evident. I'm just... This entire game, I was pissed seeing the amount of offensive rebounds that the Bucks got. I mean, I don't even know how many it was at the end of the day. I think it was 21 for them. How many? So 23 second chance points for them. They had 70 rebounds. The Bulls had 63 at the end of the day. Let's see. 22 offensive rebounds for the Bucks. Like, that's just inexcusable. I don't care who it is. I know the Bucks have the length advantage, they have the height advantage against the Bulls, but like it was on everybody, in my opinion, that just was not rebounding. And like, I'm gonna even call out, like, I know Vucevic had 14 rebounds, but there are moments, man, where I'm like, you have to get that rebound. Like, he just did not get the rebound when it mattered. And I'm just like, dude, you got to get that rebound. You got to do something better. The guards had to do a lot better. I thought Zach could have rebounded better. I thought Dragic could have came in for rebounds. And most notably, Patrick Williams only had 1 rebound until the fourth quarter. So he needed to do a better job rebounding the ball. But at the end of the day, the Bulls kind of fixed it at the end. And they were able to make sure the Bucks didn't just completely go away with it. And yeah, I'm overall happy for this one because they got the win. And then, of course, I mean, DeMar DeRozan there were moments throughout this game it was just DeRozan, and then there are moments it was DeRozan and LaVine. Like, these two guys were the only two guys that could score tonight. And I don't know how the Bulls honestly stuck in this one, because I thought the Bulls should have been, like, blown out of this one. No one else is scoring except for those two, and, you know, there are times it's just one of them on the floor. So it's like the Bulls offense seemed to just go through these very, very bad runs of just no field goals. The Bulls started out the third quarter with not scoring a field goal for the first, like, 450, and it's like, how does that happen? And the Bulls were still in it. They were only down by like 6. We saw the Bulls go through another bad stretch to start the fourth quarter, where the Bucks got out to a 10-2 run to start the fourth. Somehow the Bulls stuck in this game, and I'm honestly shocked that they did. But I mean, obviously, all credit goes to DeRozan, and then a little bit goes to LaVine. But I just can't express enough. These two guys were the only two scoring tonight. Vucevic was in foul trouble, could not hit a bucket until obviously he hit that big 3 late. And no one else was scoring. Dragic had a little bit of a run, but then he disappeared. Like, it was just DeRozan, LaVine, and it was these two guys carrying the offensive load. And I just don't know how the Bucks decided that they're going to let DeMar DeRozan to be the guy taking the shots down the stretch in this one. I was honestly shocked. And I think Budenholzer kind of threw in this one, not going to lie. Yeah, we'll see. It's weird how Billy played Drummond and Vooch together in a game early, but not today. At least he could have tried it. No one except Giannis was scoring for the Bucks as well. Vooch had the most important shot, in my opinion. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Vooch had the most important shot. It's like, throughout the other 48 minutes prior to overtime, Vooch was nowhere to be found, honestly, except he did make 2 big threes in the fourth. I'll give him that, too. It's like, there has to be more than just the two wings, right? It can't just be DeRozan and LaVine. Yeah, Vooch, he stepped up in the fourth, but again, he was nowhere to be found in the first 3 quarters. So it bothers me to see that this team, for some reason, can't figure it out still when it comes to scoring, that we have to resort to a DeMar DeRozan 42-point effort to get this, just to get enough offensive points to beat the Bucks or tie the Bucks in regulation when they only score 106 points. Like, that's ridiculous to me, but this is where we're at. So again, DeRozan, just Superman tonight. So that comment you just said, Noel, about, you know, Drummond and Vooch together, should Billy have run that tonight? I wouldn't have minded, honestly. I would have liked to see potentially put Drummond on a guy like Bobby Portis, and then have Vooch guard a guy like Brook Lopez or whoever the hell is, you know, whoever else is out there. Like, that doesn't seem too bad. But for some reason, Donovan decided not to go to that, and he continued to play small overall, where you have Patrick Williams or Javonte Green. Sorry, I guess Javonte Green mostly at the 4. It's just the team is too small. Like, out of the 22 offensive rebounds that the Bucks got, like, yeah, a lot of it was the Bulls not hustling for it, but there are just some though. It's like the Bulls are just outmatched in size. Like, there's nothing they can do, and maybe Drummond and Vooch together would have worked. Because there's definitely some lineups out there where I'm like, I think you can get away with those 2 big guys. So I don't know what Donovan's thinking, honestly. He likes to go big when I feel like it's not necessary to go big, and then he goes small when I feel like they need size. So I don't know. It's rough to see some of these coaching decisions, and I honestly think that, like, as much as people have blamed the players for a lot of the season, and deservingly so, I do think Donovan needs to get really looked at as for some of his decisions. And in this game, there were some decisions where I'm just like, man, you could help this team out a little bit, because I don't know what else the players can necessarily do. So that's a good point, Noel. I also thought the last defensive play by the Bulls was a huge gamma when he went small ball. I did too. I tweeted out when all this was happening, where the Bulls. So after DeMar got the steal and threw it to Ayo for the dunk, and the Bulls tied it up, I tweeted this out because he took out Vucevic for Javonte Green, and I'm like, why'd you take out any big man? Like, there's 7.8 seconds left, or however much time was left on the clock for the Bucks. All I'm thinking is that the Bulls are going to lose this on offensive rebound, because the Bucks are just destroying the offensive glass tonight, and the Bulls are going to lose because there's nobody bigger than 6'7" or 6'8" out there, and the tallest guy out there is Patrick Williams. That was a huge gamble. It ended up working out because Giannis traveled, but all I can think about is that if Giannis wasn't called for a travel and he got that shot off, there's plenty of time for an offensive rebound, and there's no big man out there for the Bulls. That was scary, but it worked. I kind of feel like it's like, you did the wrong operation, but it was successful. Like, I don't know, man. That was bad. I thought that was a bad move as well. So yeah, another good point, Noel. I was shocked at that. It works, I guess. So yeah, this was an ugly game. This was just straight up a dogfight from start to end. Neither team seemed like they could hit shots. Obviously, besides the Stars, right? And Bobby Portis had 20 tonight too. So give him credit. But it was mostly it was the All-Stars hitting the shots. It was Giannis, it was DeRozan, it was Zach. That was it. And no one else could really seem to get it going. And luckily, the Bucks also shot 9 of 44 from 3-point range for 20%. So I'll take it, man. I'll definitely take it. Dude, if Boone also drew a play for an alley-oop for Giannis, it would have been over. I don't know if necessarily an alley-oop would have been the right play. I just think that if they drew up a play where you had Giannis be the screener, I know it's kind of hard because they don't really have a trustworthy ball handler out there besides Giannis. So maybe you put it in Joe Ingles' hands, but this is where you miss Holiday and this is where you miss Middleton. So, maybe the Bulls caught a break. I think if they run a pick and roll where they have Giannis being the guy setting the screen and he gets a small guy on him, it's over. I think they get an easy look at the rim. And then even if he misses it, he still gets offensive rebound or has a good chance of getting it at the very least. So, I don't know, man. Maybe the Bulls caught a break in this one. That Middleton and Holiday weren't out there, and I'm just always gonna be grateful that they weren't out there. So, we'll take it as Bulls fans. We'll definitely take it. And I'll take the win. This is just one ridiculous Bulls season. Honestly, this Bulls team is going to just give me headaches for the rest of my life, because we have this Bulls team. I believe, if I read Casey Johnson's tweet correctly, they're 7-1 against the top teams, right, in the East, right? We beat the Bucks, the Nets, the Celtics, and the Heat 7 out of 8 times, and yet we've lost to the Houston Rockets and Orlando Magic. Talk about a roller coaster of a season, right? We just lost to the Houston Rockets, the worst team in the West, record-wise. And then we come out and we're down by 15 against the Milwaukee Bucks in the fourth quarter, down by 11 with 2:30 left, and we beat them. I don't know what to say. This Bulls team is just one weird team. And I honestly don't know what to say at this point. Yeah, it's just a weird team, and I feel like it's rough when you're in this position where it's like, well, we can beat the good teams. Why don't we have a better record? Why are we under 500? Doesn't make any sense, honestly. Just an odd. So we lose to the Pistons on Friday? I guess we are. I think that's what's gonna be, unfortunately. What's going on, Gogo? Good to see you. Watch third quarter and turn it off. Bulls came back 1 OT. Yeah, Magugla. Yeah, I wouldn't have. I don't blame you because I think a lot of people did the exact same thing. Um, let's see, Noel. Uh, P. Will is kind of looking like Markelle Fultz on the offensive end, like his indecisiveness is messing up his shooting form. So P. Will shot a three that I think it was still in regulation that was wide open from three, and it looked like he kind of had a hitch in his shot. So I've been noticing that too, Noel, where it's kind of like he has this like hitch, and it's not every shot, right? I mostly notice it when he's taking like a pull-up mid-range shot. He'll tend to like kind of hitch it a little bit, and you'll see like the ball comes out weird when he does it. But that was the first time I kind of saw it on a 3-point look for him, where it was like a catch and shoot, or maybe it was like a one dribble pull up for whatever. I'm like, that did not look good. So I hope that's not the case because again, his 3-point percentage is been good this season. It's been great. Like he needs to shoot more, and I don't understand when he's shooting basically 40% from three, that he doesn't shoot it confidently. It's mind-boggling to me. So I hope he isn't becoming Markelle Fultz, where he has the yips or whatever. Obviously, Markelle had that actual problem with his shoulder. So it was actually an injury for him. But yeah, I hope P. Will isn't continuing this indecisiveness because we've seen it too many times. Now in OT, we saw him take 2 wide open 3-point shots that I thought he took them with confidence, and his shooting form looked fine. He got it off quickly. He just didn't make them. And he needs to make them because those are shots that he has to make. But at least he shot it confidently and had no indecisiveness with it. So at least that's good. But I am noticing what you've also said, Noel, where it's like there's some indecisiveness going on with him. And I don't know, man. I just wish that he just be like, shoot it. Like, I don't care. Just if you're kind of open, shoot it. Like, I feel like that's what the coaching staff tells him too, is just shoot it. And he doesn't shoot it. So, I don't know. I really don't know, honestly. I'm a little confused. So, I hope it gets figured out. And maybe after this game, it gets his confidence up. I'll say this. I know Giannis had 45 and 22 tonight. But P. Will was doing work against Giannis. I think he did an overall good job against Giannis. Again, you can't stop Giannis. No one can stop Giannis. Kawhi Leonard, best defender, in my opinion, in the league when he's healthy. He's not going to stop Giannis. No one's going to stop him. So, you at the very least, you have to do your job. You have to make him work. You have to contain him. And I do think that P. Will had some bad moments tonight on defense. But he did not back down. He made it hard against Giannis. And the biggest thing for me is that I thought Giannis couldn't just lower his shoulder into him and go through him, which I think is a big step for P. Will, showing that he actually has worked on his body to make it that he is a sturdy force when going up against a guy that is just pure strength in Giannis, right? So give P. Will credit for that. Obviously, when it comes to picking up Giannis from half court, what Stacey King said all the entire game, yeah, everybody needs to do a better job at that. That's just not P. Will. That's everybody. So that's not something that's only on P. Will, but everyone has to do a little bit better job at that. But in the post, I thought P. Will did a good job. Yeah, it's mainly 1v1ing him. So, yeah, P. Will was 1v1ing him when it was like top the key, middle of the floor, elbow area. But in the post, the Bulls were kind of double teaming him after the first or second dribble. So, yeah. It might be hard if he was a rook to play in a team where the first, second, and third options for points are veterans who have been first options. It's easy for him to not take that shot. So for Viper Strike, I'm not saying that he should take that shot. I'm more saying that he just needs to let it go when he's open. Like, I think that's not him thinking like, oh, I have to start passing it, right? Whether you're a role player or whether you're, one of the best players on the team, if you're open from 3-point range and you can shoot it from there, I feel like it's been told to everybody, shoot the ball, right? And when I'm seeing Patrick Williams, he passed up an open 3-point shot in the first half when Brook Lopez was way sagging off of him, right? That's where I'm just like, you got to take that shot, right? I don't care whether you're role player or you're a star. If Brook Lopez is standing in the paint and you're open from 3-point range and you just caught the ball, you take it, right? And what Noel was pointing out too was that it seems like with Patrick Williams that even after he shoots the ball, he's indecisive, right? Or right in the middle of his shooting form, it seems like he's indecisive and there's like a little hitch in his shot where it's noticeable, where it's like maybe his indecisiveness ruined that shot that he just took from 3. And it's like that can't be running through his head anymore. And that to me is it's annoying to see that, because he's been good for 3-point range. I'm sure the coaching staff has told him, if you're open, shoot it confidently. And we saw that tonight where he shot a 3 where it looked like he had a hitch in his shot. And we're like, that's not good. We can't do that. Most time he gets the ball, he is usually open. I'd say that it's not like he's open. I'd say he's like it's not like flat out open, right? Or it's like there's no defender within 5 feet of him. He's definitely like kind of open though, where the defender's kind of rotating out to him, right? Or in the middle of rotating out to him. And I feel like he could take advantage of that a little bit more, whether it's just shoot the ball or make a decisive drive to the rim, right? Because the other thing that Patrick Williams also does is that he gets called for traveling when he gets the ball and tries to put it on the deck. And the reason why he gets called for that is because he's indecisive, right? And if he was just decisive with his decision, he doesn't get called for travel, right? He won't get those traveling calls. So whether it's him just shooting it or just going right to the rim immediately, he just has to be more decisive, and it's all going to fix for him, right? Yeah. I feel like we need a game of solo people to actually take him over the hump. I don't know about that necessarily. I just think that there needs to be something with him where he is just, something has to click with him, that once he catches that ball and it's in his hands and he's kind of open, he needs to just think shoot, right? I don't know what that's gonna take, honestly. And like I don't know if him just becoming the number 1 option for a game where it's like he is like the only guy out there. Like if I don't know if that's gonna help him, because he's gonna be in more of those positions where he's being the playmaker and like running pick and roll and doing all sorts of other things, right? I just don't know if that's gonna work. So maybe it's gonna require a game where Billy Donovan runs him off some down screens to get him open 3-point looks, and just tells him shoot it every time. Maybe it's something like that. Like the 30-point Kobe game. Pretty sure that's the point when Kobe played really well for like 10 games and we went on that winning streak. Was that? I'm forgetting what that game was, Noel. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, maybe it requires a game like that where Kobe. Well, the thing with Kobe that I've always said is that he's never been afraid to shoot, right? Oh, last year. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, Noel. Yeah. So maybe it requires like that. But the thing with Kobe, I've always said, is that like people always were upset with his shot selection, or saying that like he's being too aggressive. I've always said like I want to see that out of a young player. I would rather see that than him being hesitant. So like I feel like with Kobe, like it doesn't matter, with him. Like I don't know if that exactly helps him. Like I've never seen Kobe hesitant to shoot the ball. With P. Will, it's always just he's hesitant. So I don't know. Maybe it's design plays from Donovan that puts Patrick Williams in like the shooting pocket, or it's Patrick Williams coming off a down screen and run the floppy action, and he just gets the ball and just thinks shoot, right? Obviously, make the right basketball to play, but like if he's open from the down screen, shoot it. Yeah. Yes, movie screen. Yeah, he has that too. So I don't know what it's honestly gonna take. What's going on, Keeper? This team, man, I feel like I'm about to ball. Honestly, man, I don't know what to say about this team. This team has made me so upset this season, and I'm also like, what the hell is happening? Like no one's jumping with him when he shoots. Oh yeah, P. Will. No one's gonna block his shot, right? When Patrick Williams shoots. He will play defense. I'll say I thought the Bulls overall, like the first line of defense, where the Bulls, it's the first shot the Milwaukee Bucks take down the court. I thought that was good. I thought the Bulls defense was doing good tonight. The Bucks scored 106 points in regulation, right? Like, that was good. It was just that the Bulls defense didn't get the damn defensive rebound. They gave up 22 offensive rebounds tonight, and it's like your good defensive effort goes away, right? Because you didn't finish the defensive possession. So I thought the Bulls defense was good. It just they give it the offensive rebound, and that's where I'm like it makes me want to pull my hair out, because we're seeing good defensive plays, good defensive possession, good defensive intensity, and you don't get the rebound. Like, I don't understand what to do with that. Like, it makes me extremely pissed that we're seeing that. So I don't know how to grade this game defensively. I think it was overall good, but the defense doesn't end until you get the rebound. So I'll give them like a B minus today, because you gave up 22 offensive rebounds. Like, I don't know what to really give this team. So it's upsetting. But yeah, DeRozan with 10 rebounds. Yeah, DeRozan, he came in clutch with some big rebounds too. Like, when the team was going really, really bad with the defensive rebounding, he came in clutch to get some of them down the stretch. And a lot of his 10 defensive rebounds were in the fourth quarter when the team was making a comeback. So yeah, he legit had to do so much down the stretch for this team to stay in it. And same with Zach. Zach had 8 points in that fourth quarter, hit 2 huge threes. It's like, I don't know why we're resorting already against a Milwaukee Bucks team that, yes, has Giannis, but doesn't have Middleton or Holiday, to DeMar DeRozan and Zach being the only 2 guys scoring. Like, that to me is ridiculous, that we're at this point, or in any game, honestly. And I know we're missing guys. I know we're missing Caruso and Derrick Jones Jr., but again, and Kobe had to miss like the second half of this game due to a leg injury. So there goes a lot of 3-point shooting too. But it's like, guys, like, someone else has to step up here. Vooch was in foul trouble, so he was on the bench for a good amount of it. Like, Io, Dragic. Like, Dragic had a good first half, but was nowhere to be found in the second half. Like, these guys got to step up. Like, someone else has to, man. Yeah, we need a floor general. We do, yeah. AKA Lonzo, right? But again, I still think Lonzo is more, again, off ball guard. But yeah, we need a floor general out there. And Dragic, I feel like, has his moments, but I just don't think he can do it consistently. So I seriously think that we do need a point guard. And I don't know if Lonzo's coming back anytime soon. I seriously doubt it. I love Io, man, and I legit thought Io was gonna be the starting point guard for this entire year. But his 3-point shot is just gone. And he doesn't look very good out there right now. So I honestly want Fred VanVleet. So again, I'm a big fan of Fred VanVleet, but I've also am aware that he is a small guard and he has his limitations, and he's not having a good year. Like, his shooting percentage is way low. It is, I think, career worst this year. And it's something to be said, and I've always said it. Small guards, they go quick, right? And unfortunately for Fred VanVleet, he is playing under Nick Nurse, who legit plays his starters like 38 minutes per game, and he's one of the starters. So his legs and his body is going to go. It's going to go quick. So Fred VanVleet is, I worry that his best years are behind him, and it's just going to be downhill moving forward. Because, by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, the Toronto Raptors have not played well. They're not looking great either. So, yes, this Bulls team has sucked and has for sure underperformed. But the Toronto Raptors have also been very, very disappointing, and the Bulls just overtook them in the standings tonight. So, yeah. I think a Vooch swap for Fred VanVleet is more likely. I don't think the Toronto Raptors are going to be taking Fred or swapping for Vooch, or taking on Vucevic in general. I don't think they're going to do that in any way, shape, or form. So I doubt Fred VanVleet's getting traded. Yeah. Oh, then us trading for somebody Pascal. Oh, yeah. Look, just saying, the Toronto Raptors, they're not trading Pascal Siakam. I want Pascal Siakam bad. I think he'd be a perfect fit for this team. But they're not trading Pascal Siakam. And I've been saying, I'm willing to trade DeMar. I'm willing to trade Zach for Pascal. But even if the Bulls came up to the Raptors and said, we're going to give you Zach LaVine and something else for Pascal Siakam, the Raptors are going to say no. So Pascal Siakam, the only time I think it's possible for the Bulls to get him is the 2024 offseason, which the Bulls have cap space, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I think they should prefer to run Barnes at the 1. Really? I disagree with that. I think the Toronto Raptors, what's missing right now is that they have too many wings, and they legit don't have a point guard besides Fred VanVleet. And if you watch the minutes when Fred VanVleet's off the court, their lack of playmaking is extremely evident. Like, they have no point guard that can handle the ball effectively out there or run the pick and roll effectively. It's just a bunch of wings that all play the same position, and they're all athletic and they're all lengthy, but they all play the same position. So they're having issues trying to figure out how do you play 3 forwards or even 4 forwards out there all at the same time. And there's no point guard out there besides except for Fred VanVleet, who's again had a bad season, to get them into their offensive sets and actually run an offense for them. I think they've tried Scotty and having a little bit more of a playmaking role with them, and I don't think that's worked out for them at all. Scotty Barnes has not had a good year, and it's like the sophomore slump they call it. So I expect Scotty to be better, obviously, and this is not his peak, but I don't think they want him running the point guard or the shooting guard moving forward, which is kind of the reason why I think maybe OG Anunoby is a guy getting moved. So yeah. I feel like that style of play is theoretically the best during the playoffs, though, where you go all big, you're saying, like the Raptors do, where it's like all forwards out there and no one else. I could see it. Yeah, game slowing down. You want to take advantage of your length and get as many rebounds. I could see it. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a bunch of wings. I mean, there's a team out west in the LA Clippers that legit just have wings on their roster, right? Their 2 best players are wings. They have legit a buttload of wings, and Terrence Mann, Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, Norman Powell. Like, they just have wings on top of wings, and that's their game plan. But they also have John Wall and Reggie Jackson. So they kind of have those point guards out there to kind of figure it out for them. Which is, I think, what kind of, with Fred VanVleet, you have it, but then when he's off the floor, who's running the point for Toronto? Yeah, Clippers, I'm surprised with how the Clippers are doing, man. They kind of got off to a slow start, but they've been missing Kawhi for a good amount of the year. They missed PG for a good amount of the year. They're kind of in and out of the lineup, and they're doing their job, man. They're sticking in this Western Conference right now. And big news, the Phoenix Suns, they've lost Devin Booker for 4 weeks, probably more. Clippers are probably going to get some, they're going to stay top 4 here and potentially get a lead over the Suns. So, I mean, they're doing their job. They're looking very, very solid, and I'm very pleasantly surprised to see that from them. So I honestly hope it works out for the Clippers, because that's a team that I'm like, man, you've had some bad luck. Obviously, the first year you put it all together, you blew it in the bubble, but Kawhi's been injured for a significant portion of the time there. A lot of things have just kind of gone wrong. I'm a big fan of Ty Lue as their coach, so yeah, I do think that the wing lineup is going to be effective for them later in the postseason. Yeah, Dallas is just sad to watch. Hey, except for Luka, I love Luka Doncic. 60, 20, and 10. That's the only reason why to watch the Dallas Mavericks right now. So, with this win tonight, I wish the Bulls won against Houston, but, it is what it is. The Bulls are now back in 10th. That could change quick. That could change quickly. I don't know if Toronto's playing tonight. No, they're not. So, yeah, Bulls are back in 10th. We're back in the play-in. Woohoo! I will say, though, that 6th seed is looking very gettable right now for the Bulls. So, this season, I mean, as ridiculous this season has been, it's not over. It's been a ridiculous season. I still think a move is coming, but yeah, weird. They are winning, but it's just sad to see how much they rely on Luka. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm pissed at how the Mavericks have handled the Luka situation. They need to do better. obviously Jalen Brunson leaving was a huge blow. So yeah, bad. But yeah, they got to do better out there. Who knows what they're gonna do? And so guys, I have to go. I'm gonna have to go here in just a second, but I'll be back for a later stream tonight. I want to hang out with you guys now that I can stream again, and healthy enough to stream again. But I just want to say this, like, this Bulls season, like, I don't know what exactly the front office is really thinking with this team, but like, it seems like, at least from the reports of that Levine and DeRozan are here, right? Like, the front office is like, they're staying here. If that's actually going to be the case, then I don't know what exactly is going to be happening at the trade deadline. I still think that Vucevic is most likely going to get moved because of how bad the season has overall been, and that he is going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. But it's just going to be interesting to see what exactly this front office is looking to get at the trade deadline. Because, again, they've said, like, it's been all so far from what's been reported that the Bulls front office has no plan to change direction. This is from Casey Johnson, so I trust him wholeheartedly when it comes to Bulls front office news. So I'll just leave you with that to think about, because when I come back for the stream later tonight, I want to talk more, because there are some teams all of a sudden now, especially out west, that I think they're gonna start getting desperate here, because the West to me is as open as it's as open as it's been in a long time. So I think there's some teams out west that could really start looking to get desperate and start looking to make some moves. And maybe they submit an offer to the Bulls that is maybe a little bit too good to pass up. So we'll talk about that when I come back here. I appreciate you guys hopping in. I'll see you guys in about an hour or so, okay? But Bulls got the win tonight. We're going to come back later tonight, talk about the Bulls winning against the Bucks a little bit more, and then talk about the Bulls moving forward with this team and what decisions the management's going to have to make, because there are some big decisions coming up, as the trade deadline is legit 6 weeks away. It's crazy to say that, but we're past Christmas, so trade deadline is 6 weeks away. I appreciate you guys liking the stream. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Appreciate it a lot. Again, I'll see you guys in about an hour or so. All right? Appreciate you guys a lot. Appreciate the support. See you guys in a bit.